These Jurassic Park collectibles were so nice, I decided to have a look at them twice. Yes, realizing I'm a poet and didn't know it, or I guess I did know it, we're going to be having a look at some more Jurassic World. This is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom mini action dinos. Already having a look at these already. Cue the fact that you could go back and have a look at the previous video that I've already done. We're going to be having a look at a second unbagging. This unbagging actually is of a larger volume. I think there's about 7 ones in here. And I tried my very best to get ones that we didn't look at before by looking at the code on the back featured here. Indicated here by the last letter. This last letter here is H. This comes to us from the folks over at Mattel. You can head over to www.jurassicworld.com. And let's go ahead, without further ado, and open up the first of what will be, I think, about 7 bags total. By the way, Hank is joining us for this. He's going to be assisting in this review. And I did think I got all the ones that I didn't get before. Very quickly looking at the pamphlet on the back here. The dinosaurs consist of Tyrannosaurus Rex, Apatosaurus, Dilophosaurus, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Velociraptor, Velociraptor Blue, Parasaurolophus, the Stigmalich Stiggy, the Pteranodon, and Baryonyx. I may or may not have botched some of those names. I apologize if that be the case. And then there's also ones exclusive to 3 packs. Being the Indominus Rex, which looks to be clear, and Tyrannosaurus Rex. Not really sure, again, which the difference is between the two. Head over to www.mattelshop.com right at this minute. Maybe after this review. And you can check out some other good things that Mattel are releasing. Why don't we bring out the first dinosaur? And it just so happened to be the one, by the way, it was H, and I'm looking at this again. It's the Dilophosaurus. This is the one I really wanted to get the first outing, and sadly that not be the case. This one does, each of them don't necessarily have gimmicks, but they have posability. So like the Dilophosaurus, for example, has a rotating head, and you can hinge the head up and down. It would have been neat if they had found a way that you could actually have moved the side deadly fins. This is your cue to stay away, because we saw how well that worked with Newman. Oh, it was just a disaster all over his face. Wanted to get this one the first go around, and sadly that not be the case, but I have it now. Very, very, very cool. I've actually got the other, you can't see it, but the other dinosaurs are over there. Actually, just in case you don't believe me, there's one of them right there, the Stegosaurus, just to give you a size comparison. Paint is pretty good. You know, again, you've got the underbelly here painted in the yellow. Of course, the crest, the stay away, this isn't going to work well for you. The fins are red, and they painted little veins there in the green. And again, you've got the little crest on the top, and the eyes are painted in black. The teeth have been left off from paint duties. Sadly, that's okay though. I mean, and the dinosaur, just in case you were wondering, does stand perfectly fine. Dilophosaurus. Really the one I wanted, so I'm really super thrilled. Literally, I am. I'm not just saying that. I'm super thrilled. Let's open up bag number 2. You can currently find these, by the way, at all retail store outlets. Not all, I guess. I probably shouldn't disclose all. And you can also find these at toy stores as well. A very flat dinosaur, probably being a good indication. This is, by the way, this is letter L. The big L is the Pteranodon. Or pterodactyl. I guess we don't use pterodactyl anymore as the name, do we? It's Pteranodon. Pterodactyl. Everybody would just say, "How old are you?" I'm very old. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me of my age. My birthday's actually coming up soon. I will disclose this. I'm hitting the big 4. Oh, no, not 4 years. 440. 40. Oof, getting old, getting up there. Still gonna hustle and flow these videos for you guys, for your viewing pleasure. Some nice airbrushing here on the side where you've got the darker ends of the tips of the wings gradually going to a lighter shade. Also, that could be said for the top of its crown or the top of its head there. And also for the back. No posability other than the arms, which I guess is really the one thing I would want the thing to be posable in. So you could hinge the arms up if you want for it to be swooping down. Looks like a bird of prey. Literally a bird of prey. No other posability to speak of. It is a softer, kind of rubbery plastic, but I really love the skin that they've textured onto the wings. Very nice indeed. Put that one over there. The next one in this outing is going to be letter C. Mark it on your little notepad if you have a notepad or notebook. And letter C gives us a very large, very giddy now getting this, the Triceratops, one of my all-time favorite dinosaurs. That may have changed as I got a little older in life because you, of course, want the dinosaurs that are BA. Letting you guess what that is. But when you're younger, though, I kind of went with the more neat design of the horns. I suppose if velociraptors existed, and I hear me say existed, but if they were aware of back in the day, I probably would really like velociraptors. But ultimately, I really liked the Triceratops. I had a Triceratops shampoo. It was like a baby shampoo, kid shampoo, and it was inside a giant dinosaur. It was a Triceratops here. I had used up all the shampoo and I kept it as a bath toy. I vividly remember that. Kind of wish I still had it. I loved that Triceratops, and now I can adore this smaller Triceratops. Coloring on its face doesn't have as much the sheen, not Charlie Sheen, but not as much the slicked wetness of the rest of the body. Instead, the head actually gets a little bit more of a drier application. Its posability, its head rotates. Technically, you wouldn't want to rotate it all the way around. I don't think it's going to like that. And you can also hinge the head up and down, depending on how you want to have it displayed. We'll put him right over there, or her. Could be him or her. The next one here is letter, it looks like the number 8, but I'm assuming it's the letter B. I think they're all letters. They could, well, there could be some numbers in there too. I mean, they could throw you for a loop. Next one we have is the Velociraptor Blue. Not just solely the Velociraptor, but the Velociraptor Blue. And going back to a point I had mentioned when I first had a look at these, here's the regular Velociraptor from the first unbagging. Here is the Velociraptor Blue, a much lighter skinned version of it. But you can see it is the same raptor, just lighter shade. And of course you've got the very nice blue running up down the spine area of the dinosaur. And like this one here in my other hand, posability, the legs can rotate. I mean, it does let the dinosaur do some really cool running actions, but it may limit a little bit of the way that you can display it on a shelf. You may want to keep the feet a little more firmly flat-footed, so you can get it actually on a shelf or wherever, a windowsill. There you go. That's what I mentioned in the last review, the last unbagging. You put that on a windowsill. Just put all the dinosaurs out on the windowsill. The next bag is, let's see if I can see it there. It's the letter A. The letter A. And the letter A gives us the T-Rex. Another one I was really excited to get. Now the T-Rex, its posability, its mouth does open and close. Let's see if I can actually get in there again. The tongue has been left off. Well, it's in there, but paint has been left off. The teeth, no paint, no dice there. Underbelly has been painted. Eyeball has been painted on both sides. A very nice textured version of the T-Rex, just smaller. And of course, as I mentioned, they're not quite maybe to scale. The raptor would be a lot smaller than the T-Rex, but it gives you some idea of sizing between the two dinosaurs there. Okay, so we'll put those two. Two more bags to go. Let me also not necessarily pat myself on the back. Just a good job, good job. So far we've gotten all the dinosaurs that I didn't get the first unbagging, and just kind of doing a quick look at all of these. We don't have the Stygimoloch, the Stiggy, this one on the far bottom corner here, and don't have the Ankylosaurus yet. But yes, we have acquired all the other dinosaurs. As until a giant meteorite falls to the planet and wipes out everything, or just, maybe dinosaurs just didn't exist. That's what other people believe as well. Just never existed. It's just made up stories. We'll save that topic for another video. Moving along is the one we just finished talking about. Now let me just show you, and you guys can guess as to the pronunciation. I should have looked this up for the phonetic spelling. Phonetic basically spells the word in the way that the word should be pronounced. Stig could be S-T-Y, Stig, Stig, Stig probably makes more sense. Stigmalock, probably a CH combination makes a K sound. I don't think it'd be Ch, but Stigmalock or the Stiggy, that's my guess. It's keeping in mind, it's just it does have the domed head that I had mentioned in a previous, well, not a previous video, the previous video, in which we had a look at these unbaggings. And I think these are of the same variety of dinosaurs as, only gonna throw out the name, I think it's the Pachycephalosaurus. A lot of my knowledge of dinosaurs came from Dino Riders growing up, so I think it was the one that had the domed head. I'm not 100% certain, so if it isn't, well, it isn't. Posability on this one, by the way, his head rotates. I keep wanting to say him. Its head rotates up and down as well. Kind of the same thing as what we got with the Tyrannosaurus or the Triceratops. Really nice detailing. I'm very impressed by the nature of how small these are, yet still can equal a really posable, somewhat posable, head, and a very detailed looking dinosaur. And there's that one there, which then hopefully will give us this one here, which would be the Ankylosaurus, if I've done my calculations correctly. This one here is the letter E, and let's see if this is one Ankylosaurus, and in fact it is. The one part I would hope that would have been posable is the tail, that kind of mace-like tail that this dinosaur has. The Ankylosaurus is actually a really neat looking dinosaur. Kind of reminds me of what we would see nowadays with like an armadillo. Certainly a lot less in the way of spikes. Very nicely sculpted, very nicely painted, very subtly painted. You've got the underbelly here, again, that lighter kind of beige color. The top has been dusted. Ooh, way to describe it. Dusted with like this kind of green paint. Posability again, tail moves back and forth. Can't really rotate it, but you can hinge it back and forth there. And there are all the dinosaurs. Yes, we did manage to collect them all, even though it really wasn't, not necessarily Pokemon. But here are the other dinosaurs that we had to look at. I've got myself quite a substantial collection now. I could put these all on my windowsill. Is he really going to put them on his windowsill? I might actually. I think I will. And there they are. They all are in their wondrous splendor. Fairly inexpensive collectibles as well. These would set you back a little less than $5 a piece. Probably about $3 to $4. But they are nice little collectibles. Very detailed, very well textured, especially here the Triceratops. And they all have something on them that move. My personal favorites, of course, would have to be the Dilophosaurus, and I really do like the Triceratops. The Raptor is nice, and digging the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Really do like that a lot. Like I said, if you guys are interested in picking these up for yourself, you can find them at some toy stores. Toys R Us should stock these currently, and you can find them in retail stores as well. Today we were having a look at the Jurassic World Mini Action Dino. This was technically part 2 of a 2-part. That's how it works, a 2-part movie video experience. This was the second part, and actually in the second part we collected all the rest of them, and I'm throwing pamphlets all over the place. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below, my muchachos. Of course, more Jurassic World video reviews will be coming your way, and if you want to check out specifically Jurassic World reviews, there's a playlist on the channel called Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You can specifically go to those videos only if you want to just watch those videos. And you can watch and check out all the other stuff that we've looked at on this channel. More videos will be coming your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.